Hello and welcome to another episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. My name's Dylan, and today we will be doing a review. But first, we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. Now, if you're like me, I like trying a bunch of different stuff. However, you can only have so many bottles and spend so much money. But luckily, if you have friends who also have whiskey, they'll send you stuff. And you can subsequently send them stuff to try that they might not have. And that's exactly the case what happened. I am sitting on a couple samples that I'm trying to figure out what to do with. Obviously, I'm going to drink them. But how to do it for review. So we're going to be trying maybe a new format. It sticks around. We'll see. But I had to figure out some way to get rid of these samples. I mean, of course, drink them. But bring in the Crown Royal bag. Now, I selected a few of these samples that I had that are piling up. I don't know which ones I put in here, and I don't know which ones I'm going to grab. I'm going to stick my hand in and grab it out of the Blackberry Crown Royal bag. Not sure why I said it like that, but it's been a while. I'm out of practice. So I'm going to juggle the bag. Hopefully there isn't Crown Royal in this one. That would be unfortunate. And I'm just going to pluck one. Let's do this one. Ooh. That's a good one. I was hoping for that one. All right, back the Crown Royal bag goes. Be later used to reveal its secrets in the mystery sack that is Crown Royal Blackberry. So this sample, like most of those samples in that bag actually, was actually sent by the Whiskey Shaman. He's got a podcast and a YouTube channel. Go check him out. Gracious enough to send me numerous samples. So thanks for that. Today we have one from him, and that is the Ironroot Republic Harbinger Straight Bourbon, 60.9 ABV, 3-year-old single barrel. Now you can see I have not tried this one. Some of those I've tried before, but not on camera. You gotta hit it with the electrical tape because that is the only way to secure or fasten the top of a sample bottle. Do about half of a bottle. Now, we'll let that breathe for a second. Ironroot. Let's see. What do I got to say? The fun thing about these videos, if I'm drawing out of the bag, I haven't really had any time to meditate on what I'm going to say. Ironroot is one of my favorite Texas whiskeys. Absolute favorite. It is more difficult to get to than some, for example, like Balcones, but we can get a few of the extensions at Total. I think the 115 proof Harbinger we can get. I have two releases. One's a little bit older, one's a little bit newer, and I did just pick up, I think it's the Sleight of Hand one. It's the Sleight of Hand is a blend of Kentucky, Indiana, and Texas, and blended for, I think it was like $45 or something. We'll have to review that later on. But this one is a cast strength single barrel, which makes it unique. I have not had a single barrel cast strength. And on the nose is like a maraschino cherry. Haven't had anything all week, I swear, to drink. I'm on a diet. Anyways, maraschino cherry and a little bit of a dill and vinegar note at the back. Ooh, and a dingy oak. It's a great nose. There's a note I'm getting that kind of comes from, at least I'm pretty sure, starting to recognize that note more and things. The double barrel, or a second barrel, that they're putting in. I don't know why it's coming off of this, so there's no indication of that. It's just a note I'm picking out. But it most commonly for me comes out of double barrel products like the that Found North Hoverhawk. At least I think it's married in a second cask. Could be wrong on that. I haven't done a video on that yet. And then I have a Backbone Wave Stave finished bourbon that is superb. And I get that note between the two of those other whiskeys coming through a little bit on this. It's kind of like, and the sarsaparilla is coming through.
Sarsaparilla, bartender. Woo! No wonder this place is empty.
That's my favorite note. If I ever find a whiskey that has sarsaparilla, you can guarantee it's gonna be one of my favorites that I'll covet and just hoard and never let anyone else try it. Especially that whiskey boy, Connor, no good guy. Oh man, there's like a new sneaker smell or like new car. It's weird. These are a little bit cold, so I think the more I'm holding it, the temperature's rising a little bit. I'm starting to pick out more and more, or it's starting to release more and more. Great nose, yeah. Even though it's 3 years old, you know, a lot of people would think that there's going to be youth on this. I'm getting no indication of that. Just wonderful developed nose and aromas. But how is the taste? Let's find out. Mm-hmm. Also superb. It's got a vanilla kind of cornbread note in the front. And then nice, what is that? And it's like a nice butterscotch candy in the mid palate, and then finishes with a more pronounced corn aftertaste. That's just the first sip, so the second one could be completely different. But man, that is nice and viscous on the mouth. 60.9 ABV once again. Now, I think Randall did ask me if I had any iron roots, and obviously I lied to him just so I could get more, because you can never have enough iron root. But I think I technically at the time did only have 3 releases, and two of those are shelf stable products, and one was I think an Alliance series from Crowded Barrel, which I have not talked about either, and it's been a long time since I've had it, if I do even have that. I'm not imagining it. But let's go to the second sip. So the whiskeys I was talking about, that note that was on the nose of this whiskey when I was talking about double barrel, those other whiskeys, you get like that Ricola cough drop if you like melted it down and then sweetened it up a little bit. But that base flavor, I also get it on this. So it must just be a certain amount of oak tannins that come through. This being in Texas, just having more heat, and the other whiskeys, maybe the double barreling or toasting, must be adding it in. So there must be different ways to get there. But they all have these really nice Ricola sarsaparilla thing going on. I didn't get any of the corn really on the end of this, like the first sip. Kind of was more spicy on the second sip, actually. But the nose is so stinking good. It's got that sarsaparilla note. Man, I need to find out what causes that sarsaparilla note, because it's amazing. I've seen it, or I've heard of it on older whiskey, like Dusty's. I can't think if I've experienced it on a Dusty whiskey before. I've only had a handful. Anyways, let's go to the third sip. You gotta smell it again every time you put it up to your nose. Maybe it's changed. Yeah, that is really good. That is really good. I don't know, anything about these bottles other than what's on here. If you come across a single barrel of Ironroot, again, I don't know the pricing on this, but I would have to be pretty expensive for me not to get it at this point. This is really good. Thank you, Randall, at Whiskey Shaman, for sending me these samples. I don't really have anything else to say, but this concludes this review. I don't know what we'll call this series. Bago Whiskey. Let me know if you have an idea in the comments. And if you like this, please follow, subscribe. Give me a recommendation of something that you want me to try to track down and taste and do a review on. I got one of the Found North Hoverhawk coming up and a couple other things. But yeah, leave a comment. And this will do it for this episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. My name is Dylan. We'll see you next time.